Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. Today we are working on a Sweetheart Roadster project. Last time we got the passenger side cowl panel made, welded in, everything's great. The cowl is looking really good. We're on the next part of the project, which has been a much debated conversation on the comments section in our videos, which is always fire. We have the firewall situation. I want to move the engine back, get the engine to sit back a little bit, and I need to make some room with the firewall. Tons of people, pretty much 99% of the comments were flip the original firewall. Not my thing. It works well for a lot of guys, but it isn't my thing. What we are going to do is be putting a 32 firewall in there. You guys may remember in the junkyard swamp video, I bought like 5 vehicles in one shot. One of the first vehicles we pulled out was the 32 BB truck, which was pretty much garbage, but I bought the whole truck essentially for this firewall, and this is why. So what we're going to work on today is getting the original firewall out of the car, and then hopefully get some measurements and see what we're going to have to do to modify the 32 firewall to sit in here how I want it to. Alright, so first we got to get all the expensive rare parts off that I might knock over as we're doing this project, so I have everything kind of like precariously mocked up. It's way more fun to look at a car together mocked up than a bunch of parts on the shelf. So take our grill off. Get that out of the way. Dishing stuff out of here. Man, I got that jammed in there. Alright, so to take a Model A, 3031 Model A firewall out, it's not as straightforward as you would think. I mean, it's sort of straightforward, but there's a lot of people get kind of caught up on these. So along the top of these Model A firewalls, along the edge of the cowl and gas tank area, there is basically starting here, there is screws that go up and around the whole entire top here over to the other side. So you need to take all those screws out. The problem is they're like the door hinge screws, where they're little shallow flathead screws, and they can be a son of a gun to get out. So you got to get all those out along the top. I have a tool I'll show you guys in a minute. It works really well. And then along the side, you can't really see it, but you can see right there, there's one. There's a bunch of spot welds that run all the way down here. So we need to get all those spot welds drilled out, and then we can take the firewall out. So you got a couple battles here. Number one is getting the flathead screws out without stripping them, breaking them, or having to drill them. Number two is finding all those spot welds, drilling them out, and then extracting the firewall. So I'm going to work on getting all that out, and we'll see how bad everything fights us. I've already done a few of them a while ago. I might have stolen them for another project. I don't even remember why, but gotta get the rest of these out, and we'll see how much they fight us. All right, so what we have here, this is my, you don't hear me guys push tools super hard very often, but this doesn't, I don't know if we did a tools that don't suck, but this definitely doesn't suck. This is a lifesaver if you guys are doing these early Fords, because it has this attachment that will go in an air chisel, or I like to use my Eastwood pneumatic rivet gun. Reason being is it has like a progressive trigger that you can kind of vary the pressure on it. If you don't have that, you can use an air chisel and turn the pressure down some. But what it is it has a cool little handle on here that sits, you tighten the handle down, it goes into a little detent that you can turn, and it has a hardened bit on it, Phillips head or flathead, and it allows you to impact and vibrate the fastener and then slowly turn. And if the screw is gonna come out, it will. If it's going to break, it's going to break. It doesn't matter what you're gonna do. But so basically I like to put it in there, put a bunch of pressure down if you can, and I'll tap it once or twice, let it vibrate, and then usually it'll break free after a little bit. You can just turn it out like that. in there. Got to screw out. We broke one already, but that one was probably going to break anyways. But if they're going to come out, like I said, they will. And you can see these things are pretty rusty. And usually these screws are a bear to get out, but when you have this tool, it makes it so much easier. There we go. It's on its way out. Keep it up, Junior something. All right, so usually that's what I do. What you guys saw is I quick buzz over it with the sander and then not trying to press too hard. And what it does, it usually highlights the area that's low where the spot welds are. So you can see they're pretty close to this bead here, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt on this car. Sometimes I found a lot of other cars, they're more centered, but for whatever reason, when they were spot welding this one together, they're close to that bead. But you can see where they are, you know, here, and then right about there. I didn't take all that paint off. Oh no, no, there is one right there. So yeah, there's one there, there's one there, down there. So those little dots are low spots, and that's where the spot welds are. So I'll center punch those, and then I take a little 1/8 inch bit and I drill about halfway through the material or through the top layer, and then I take that spot weld drill bit on low speed and I push pretty hard on it, and then I'm able to cut through there really nice and pop everything loose. So hopefully this side goes pretty smoothly as well, and we'll have the firewall basically ready to pop out, other than these little rivets here where the feet are. We'll have to grind them off as well, but we're getting there. Should have this thing extracted pretty soon. Go. Well, figured out why this one was fighting me. I thought I missed the last hole, but there is a little rivet right there that I forgot about that the other side didn't have. So got to drill or grind that rivet out, then we should be able to rake it all free. But everything's pretty good. You can see it's flex everything loose here, so it's all pretty much separated. So it's just down there at the bottom. I gotta get that taken care of, then we'll be free other than the feet. There it went. Head of it popped right off. Ah, yes. Now, Oh yeah. Get those front feet separated and we'll be in business.
Whoever built those engine and trans mounts deserves a high five.
Yeah. They look pretty and they're easy to take in and out.
Front's loose.
Probably a little tail heavy. Push the car back off. That's good. So there's two hidden rivets that I didn't notice that are back there that go through.
Can you get them from the backside?
I don't know. All I know is I was hungry last night. Oh, yeah.
And the engine was in your way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's no engine here. Yeah, you know what? I can. It's funny what happens when you pull the big massive engine out of the way.
Yeah, good thing we didn't just start cutting stuff out of the way.
I would have done that. This isn't the forgotten hot rod. Everybody's favorite. I think I can see it. Yeah, I could probably get to it from behind. It's like right there. They smashed it so nice. It's hot riveted in. All right. Get that guy drilled out, and then this thing hopefully will finally come out. Oh, that one didn't fight me. Yeah. Take the engine out. Oh. R.I.P.
The glass, Matt. You're grinding near the glass.
This freaking old glass gets replaced.
Hey.
Yeah. Now we might be free with the firewall. Take 7. Yeah. There she is. Yeah. Movie magic, it looks like it took 5 minutes. So close.
I'd help, but I'm holding the camera.
Yeah, you can see it's coming off because it's separated away from the hole, so it's good. straight out. Just caught on the.
Well, we're gonna have to bend those braces a little. The braces are wider.
Hold up. Just hold on to that.
Yep. A little bit more.
There we go. Yeah. Got it?
Yep.
Although we're not using the one here. Yeah. So.
Done.
Done. Here. On this episode of Overhauling. Done.
It's in.
It's in. It's ready to go. All right, so we got the firewall out. Mike came over the next morning here, and we were able to get the old firewall actually removed, and it went pretty smoothly. I was kind of working really quickly, trying to get it done at the end of the night, and I forgot like 3 rivets on either side. As soon as we took those out, bing, bang, boom, pried it out. It came out real easy, and now we have a giant hole here after removing the engine. So 32 firewall is actually the firewall section itself is fairly close in dimensions to a 3031 Model A firewall. So the biggest thing we need to do, number one, and after doing some research on some guys that have already done this on the ham, I was doing a little research and I saw a couple guys mention that they had to take the feet off or section the feet. So that's definitely, you guys can see, that's quite a bit taller. That is the first thing that we need to do. So we're gonna work on next time is getting the front firewall feet on the Model A stuff cut out, because unfortunately we did all that work in the beginning of the video. You guys have been with us since the beginning. Now that's the hard part with some of these rough cars. You have to like restore them to stock, then start modifying them. So that's what we did with this car. Did all the sub rails, got everything bolted up to a Model A frame. Now we're acting like it's like 1948, and we're gonna start cutting stuff up and making a hot rod. So we're gonna cut the front firewall feet off the Model A stuff so that we can slide the firewall back, cut the feet off of the 32 firewall, and we'll just figure it out. I've never done this, so you guys are gonna figure it out along the way like I am myself. My one thing I'm thinking about doing, and it'll gain us a bunch of room, is I think I might, and I mentioned in one of our videos, think about cutting the lip off of the cowl, the stock lip, so that will allow us to slide the 32 firewall back. If I can keep this original band on the 32 firewall, I can then mate it to the cowl, the Model A cowl, and when you weld it all up, it'll actually it'll look stock because it'll still have a lip for a hood. But I gotta see how that all comes together. I'm not quite sure. Most important thing is we gotta get this engine and trans bolted in and fitting so we have clearance at the firewall, and then we also have clearance for a fan in the front, and most importantly, everything looks like stock when it's done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and anybody that's looking to take a Model A firewall out of a 3031, you will have basically the same process, because pretty much all the cowls are the same as far as taking the firewall goes. You'll follow the same process, and hopefully some of those tricks I've done will help you guys along the way. As always, we do videos on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. If you haven't, definitely subscribe. We're working pretty good on the Sweetheart Roadster, like you guys have been asking. We're getting all the tedious stuff done on the 39 Forgotten Hot Rod. That thing moves and drives now, which is awesome. And we're gonna keep making it more of an actual car. And then finally, the Sweet 16 project. Andrew's got some parts coming in for it, so we're gonna start dropping some episodes of the Sweet 16 project. He's gonna be doing a lot of the filming with himself and a buddy. I'm kind of coaching, Mike and I are coaching 2 young guys how to film and also how to do the work. And you guys will be seeing some of those videos dropping here really soon. Thanks guys, catch you later.
Tell us about your hat.
Oh, my hat, thank you kind stranger. Hat, we got beanies in. I actually did forget. We got beanies in. Hopefully they didn't cut out the video by now. Beanies, if you guys didn't notice, I'm wearing a new IronTrap Garage beanie. We got beanies in, so you guys can go to our big cartel store. The link's down in the description, and you can find baseball caps, you can find these new knit winter hats, and you can also find our t-shirts and everything. So go check them out. If you want to support us, you can do that. If you don't, you're just not going to be as cool as us wearing this cool garb. Sorry. See you later.